that within 30 years or so, that agriculture has to increase compared to current levels of production, 60%. Now, but if you now overlay that with the problem of challenges of climate change, it's like you are adding, it's like putting petrol into the fire. The estimate shows that the major crops, maize, rice, wheat, and these are, by the way, the key staple crops for many countries, for most of the population in the world, will decrease by this level. And there will be the growth rate, they are going down because of climate change. You can see, so the problem is being complicated. Most of the agriculture for smallholder farming is actually rain-fed. So life begins and ends depending on rainfall. So when the rainfall is good, great, everybody's happy. But anytime, any year there's drought, it's complicated. And that is actually worse for a region, and that's why I'm picking this particular project, Southern African region. In Southern African region, it's even much more critical because, why? Because they have what they call monomodal rainfall distribution. That means all the rain comes in just one season. Unlike, say, West Africa, where you have early season and late season. So if you miss the first one, you can at least get some. But in Southern African region, everything starts from around November, December, and by April, it's done. So you can see. So then people are asking these questions. Should we not take drought and extreme weather to be the new norm, the new normal? Should we just start to say, this is like the reality? This year it can be so flooding, the next year is drought, some missing drought. Should we take this as new normal, and then how do we now respond? This project objective is to deliver a bundle of solutions to 140,000 farmers, smallholder farmers, in 3 countries, and those countries are Zambia, Zimbabwe, and Malawi, using ICT-enabled extension mechanism, innovative partnership, and to facilitate supporting environment. So when you say bundle of solution, we're talking of, we say first, provide seeds for them. But assuming seeds fail, and that drought is so severe that the seeds fail, how do we overlay that with another extra support, shell of safety? And that is help farmers to have information in terms of weather forecast on real-time basis, so that you can take informed decision. What type of seed to plant, when to do when to plant, when to weed. Sometimes farmers apply fertilizer today, and in the evening it rains and the whole thing is washed off. So you're actually feeding weeds and not the crops. So we said, actually, assuming that does not also work, how do you protect farmers so that at least when everything else fails, give them insurance, cover them with some insurance? But at the worst scenario, if that also breaks down, how do we ensure that farmers can be supported with crop and livestock integration? In many cases, when projects run in many of the ACP countries, it's done just by one sector. Maybe the NGO is the one who is pushing the idea. Or maybe it's the researcher who is interested in getting the ideas out. So we find that it's like a walnut syndrome. Walnut is a fruit where you have about 4 of them together, but they're so separate. This one does not know what the other one is doing. So how do we change that? We said, if you want to scale up CSA, we need partnership. And that's why when we started this project, we started with having this sort of involvement and engagement of key people within the region. So here, I just want to give a quick, these are the project partners who actually are receiving funding that we're doing this together. In Zambia, we're working with the government of Zambia, Zambia Open University, Musika is an NGO and professional insurance company, the private sector. In Malawi, we are working with the government of Malawi, the climate change department, the agri extension, as well as NASFAM. That's why you have NASFAM here. In Zimbabwe, we are working with the government of Zimbabwe, the Zimbabwe Farmers Union, and Econos. You can see this government, farmers, and private sector. And then we have the regional sector being done by CTA. This project has been going on now. We have done the first cycle of year 1, and that has been completed. So we said, let's go back to our partners. Let's go back to the stakeholders and find out let's review the project results. And so we're getting the first quick ones is that there has been 40% increase in the orders being made for drought tolerant seeds. So it means because now it's close to the farmers and these people are involved. The seed companies are actually interested to get involved in it. There is 20% increase in farm income using information that is being sent to farmers on SMS and through SMS. And up to 10% of price discount were received by project farmers. Just an example of SMS advice which are sent to farmers. It says CSA, Climate Smart Project. It says, dear farmer, expect weather and be advised not to sell your maize until government announces the floor price. Because there used to be middlemen. It's one thing for you to produce so much, but many times it doesn't translate into income if the marketing aspect is bad. So we are saying we got information, our partners got this information of the price forecast through FRA and said, this is not the best time for you to sell. Just wait for just 2 more weeks. Sometimes waiting for 2 weeks can mean 10%, 20% increase in the price that farmers get. With all of this, there are some key lessons I think we have learned from this, which has emerged. And the first one is this. There is a promising opportunity to use ICT-enabled agricultural information and advice to farmers. Second lesson is that in addressing climate change, because climate change is something we're talking of uncertainties. It could be extreme. Today, very good. Tomorrow, very bad. So because of that, don't go with just one single solution. Go with a mix, right? A mix of solutions, or what I call bundle of solutions. The third lesson we've learned is engage in what I call mutually reinforcing prongs. As we work with farmers in the field, as we train them, as we train the extension officers, make sure you also keep an eye on what is going on at the policy level, because the policy can make and unmake the project. Fourth lesson is, in doing this, create partnership with so many people. Work with a mix of partners. And finally, which is very important, is please, as you do this, listen to the partners. Be ready to learn from them and be ready to change.